Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is the special episode number 50, and today we are returning with a longer episode than normal with 3 big games of our lines, plus transfer deadline day as well. We're starting with a home game against Chelsea in the Premier League, then we've got deadline day where we might make a new signing as we just agreed to a new sale. You'll see that in just a moment. Then we've got Notts County away in the FA Cup round of 32. If we get through that, you'll see the draw for the round of 16 as well. Plus, we end today's episode off with a home game against Manchester City 2. Lots to get through in the Thank You special, so let's dive straight into it. So of course in the last episode you saw our very good 4-1 victory against Derby County and then our very disappointing 1-0 defeat away. Oh dear. So of course in the last episode you saw our very good victory, I'm going to include that, you saw our very good victory against Derby County as we beat them by 4-1 and then our very disappointing 1-0 loss away at Southampton at St Mary's in stoppage time where Benker, our new signing, also got an injury as well. I then played 3 games off camera and thankfully we picked it up and returned to winning ways in the very next game with a victory over Bolton Wanderers away to Macron in the FA Cup third round. John Black gave us the lead just 2 minutes in and then 8 minutes after the restart, Abdul Kadir Umar, who we've not seen of late since we signed him really, scored one of the best goals I've seen in a long time in FM and surely a contender for goal of this series. He picked the ball up from just inside his half, went through the middle of 4 white shirts, stormed forward and then rifled the ball in off the underside of the crossbar. It's worth seeing again and again and maybe not many more replays because I don't have time for the rest of the video, but it was a wonderful goal by Umar, absolutely fantastic. I've been trying to shift this guy on. I'm ready to sell him, but maybe we should keep him. He scored goals like that. That was an absolute rocket and a wonderful solo goal in a good 2-0 victory. Then a 0-0 draw at home to Leicester followed, where we did miss a penalty. Koulibaly missed it just after the restart. That would have gave us the win in that game, but instead we had to settle for the point. And also a draw in the very last game as well. That was a 1-1 draw away at Hawthorns against West Brom, where Jordan scored his first goal for the club for Sardar Azmoun, equalised just after the hour mark in a 1-1 draw, and back-to-back defeats means we've only won 1 of our last 6 games in the Premier League. So a little bit concerning, but hopefully we'll pick it up with the wins today. But it's very doubtful. Chelsea, Man City, both at home, but don't see us getting the wins in those games there against 2 of the top 4. Plus Notts County away, and I'm looking forward to that game as well. Could well be a cup set on the cards based on our very poor run of form. So right now in the Premier League, as you can see, we are sitting in 10th place. We've been slowly dropping a little bit in the table as the season's progressed, but we're 10 points off the relegation zone. There's 15 games to go. We've got a game in hand on quite a couple of teams as well. So I'm on just one team actually, but I'm not too concerned. We're not doing great, but it's nothing too concerning just yet. However, I will let you know about one sale as well. Jack Hendry is going to lead the club come the end of the season. He's going to join Spurs for £8.5 million, 7.5 mil paid up front, $1 million over 6 months. Hendry came in the summer, and you can see we've barely used him this season. Jordan's been really good. We like Maori quite a lot, so we continue to play the youngster. And Hendry, we put him on a first team squad status. He hasn't had the game time. He requested to leave. He's getting his wish, and Hendry is going at the end of the season for 8.5 mil. So we've barely played him since his arrival at Celtic, and we're going to make a profit on the guy as he goes to join a bigger club, which he wanted to do, to be fair. He wanted to leave Spurs to go to Spurs, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's dive into the first game of today's episode. We do indeed take on Chelsea at home, and I don't see us getting much from this game. We've beaten them once last year at the Bridge, but I can't see Lightning striking twice here. We'll make some changes to our lineup though. We'll stick with the 4-2-3-1, but we'll alter our lineup a little bit. We'll put Bree in for Ahumada. Oh dear. Oh dear. And sorry, I'm the only person who can get a cold when it's like 30 degrees in Manchester right now. We'll put Bree in for Ahumada. We'll put Dobby in for the Dream. And I think I'm going to put Redinaldo. No, do you know what? Kuchar's almost back. No, we'll save him for a bit. We'll put Redinaldo in for Enzo. And we'll go with... Yeah, that lineup's fine for me. Okay, so this will be our team for the game then, and Menji can go on the bench as well. So, Pekovic in goal, back for retirement. No, actually, Lunin in goal. Lunin in goal, back for retirement. Jordan, Maori, and Bree. Our midfield duo, Dobby and Koulibaly. Attacking midfield trio, Luis on the left, Webster on the right, and Emil O'Reilly. Supporting Redinaldo, and on the bench, Pekovic, Fry, Ahumada the Dream, Menji, Enzo, and John Black as well. So, first game is Chelsea. Come on, you Lions, let's put an end to this bad run of form. So First highlight comes to Chelsea. D'Amico whips it in. Mauri does head clear. He'll come back to the number 14, but Jordan went for it. He stormed out of position there trying to win it, and now he's got to get back in position as D'Amico fires it way wide of the post. And Chelsea's first 2 attempts have gone sailing wide, and nothing for Lunin to be too concerned about. But I would definitely take a point in either this game or the Manchester City game, and just 1 point from 6 I'll be satisfied enough with today, because we've been in such a poor run of form lately. It's not been going well, particularly in the Premier League. And, well, we only had 1 FA Cup game, but still, we need to get back on track. But these are the games where we expect to lose, and then Kingsley Coman fires it off target. So if we can just get a point, I'll take it to try and stop the rot, if you will. It's been bad, and I am quite concerned. We're only 10 points off the drop zone. I'm not panicking just yet, but all it takes is a few bad losses on the trot, and then you can get put right back into a relegation scrap. And since we started the season off quite well, it is a bit disappointing how we've slipped down a little bit. The Board of us finishing mid-table. Right now, that's exactly what we'll be doing in the top half, actually. So I'll be pleased enough with that. But it's still not great. But as the half comes to its close, it's still 0-0. And at the moment, we're restricting Chelsea to long-range shots. They're yet to get inside, and that's fine with me. Keep this up. I'll take the clean sheet, and I'll take the point. Come on, lads. This would definitely be a solid result for us, no question. But there's still half an hour's worth of football to play, and I'm pretty sure Chelsea's superiority will show in just a moment's time with Hudson-Odoi off the bench playing it through. Dobby is there though, and we should get the danger clear. Got very little chance of winning this game, but again, a point and a clean sheet, that'll be a very, very good result for us. But Chelsea are now looking a much better side as Hudson-Odoi goes for goal and hits the woodwork as it goes behind for a goal kick. To be fair, the only shots they're getting are coming from range, and I trust Lunin to keep the ball out of the net if that continues to happen. So still 0-0, and we're doing enough here. We're doing enough. Oh, this might not be the most exciting of games to start the triple header off today, but do you know what? I think you can forgive me for being delighted with the result. 0-0 will be the final score as the final whistle is blown here at the Den, and I'm definitely going to take that. It's a solid result there against the top 4 side, and Chelsea are a side who I always struggle so much against on FM. And I'm going to say to the boys, well done, lads. You just proved a lot of people wrong in avoiding defeat out there. And I'm delighted. I thought our defense was really solid. Maru was our player of the match. This is why Hendry can't get in the team. He and Jordan have got a great little partnership in our back 4. And I'll take that. It's not the greatest of starts in terms of action to start the episode off. But a 0-0 draw against Chelsea, I'll take that every day of the week. So transfer deadline day is upon us then. I don't think we'll be doing much on deadline day because right now I'm happy with the team we currently got. And whilst there is just under £17 million in the budget, I quite like the setup here and I don't want to mess with it too much. We are going to see Martinez leave on loan to Levante to get some first team football, and hopefully he'll develop out there. You're not in my current plans at the moment. It's best you go out on loan to get some regular football. Well, look at the situation again on your return. This doesn't tie into the reason you gave for accepting the loan. I can't help but feel like you're trying to appease me so I won't complain. Well, it looks like I'll be leaving. What? Well, you're not in my current plans at the moment. And it is best you go out on loan and get some regular football. And we will look at the situation again on your return. What are you talking about, Mauricio? Stay there if you want. But there is a bid here for Jordan from Arsenal, and that's nothing. I was thinking that could be quite a big bid there for Jordan. He's had a very good season for us. Scored his first goal with the club recently. Really, 6.5 mil? I don't care if the agent indicates that his client wants to be able to discuss terms with Arsenal. If they want him, they've got to give us a lot more money than that. And I'm talking about 30 to 40 million pounds because Jordan's been brilliant this season. And the offer's been withdrawn, and I'm fine with that. No, Jordan, you're staying here, mate. You're staying here. I'm disappointed that you priced me out of a transfer to Arsenal. A move there would have allowed me to play in the European Champions Cup, and I need to be more realistic with your asking price if they bid again. What am I going to say to that? I understand your goals and admire your ambition, but there's no reason at all you can't help us qualify for the European Champions Cup here if you knuckle down and work hard on your game. Realistically, we're not going to qualify this season, and I can't afford to risk Arsenal losing interest. I want to leave and that's final. Yeah, that was absolutely rubbish, wasn't it? Okay, I know it doesn't seem realistic at the minute, but you have to understand we've got some fantastic young players coming through. Just give me a season of blood and properly, and we'll be in a position to match your ambition. You're right, there are some talented kids in this squad, and I'm willing to stay for another year to see if they can help us achieve our goals. Okay, good, that'll do. So basically, we've got a year to keep Jordan and get into the Champions League. Don't think that's going to happen, and in 2026, he'll be in an Arsenal shirt for sure. There's also a bit here for Chris Willock. We don't use Willock very much, but he is homegrown. I like him as a squad player. And he could go to Crystal Palace, but that's 50 games, 1.4 mil. He's going to play 50 games at Selhurst Park, not too sure. Bid's not good enough. Give us more money and you can take him. Well, this is quite a nice bid. Jake Cooper is going back to Reading for the end of the season, or so it seems. They're going to pay his wage. That's fine with me. They don't need to give us a monthly fee, and yeah, Cooper can go back to Medeski Stadium. I love it when this sort of stuff happens in FM. It's such a nice feel. And there are 3 bids here for Abdul Kadir, but unfortunately, as you'll see in the deals, these are coming from Morelia, Tijuana, and Atlas. All of the deals have a selling team wage contribution in them of just under or around 14 grand a week. And you might notice I never sell players if we have to continue paying their wages. I think, if you're not going to have them, you shouldn't be paying their salary. So I'm going to reject all 3 of those bids there. And whilst we could get a bit of money for the guy, I'd rather keep Mia and pay all of his wages myself. So that looks like Abdul Kadir will stay. And with just an hour left on deadline day, I think that will most likely do it for the window. And there's no bid for Chris Willock. I tried to offer him out for around £6 million, but that's not going to happen. So Willock will stay. That's totally fine with me as well, because I like him as a squad player. And that will do it then. So deadline day is over. And we didn't make any signings. We saw a couple of players leave the club. And yeah, I'm still satisfied with the team we got. Yes, it would have been nice to bring in 1 or 2 more players, but we don't need to mess with the team dynamic. We're playing okay. We're not doing terribly. The money's pretty decent right now in the balance at just under £39 million. And I'm fine with this. I'm fine with the team we got before now at the end of the season. Oy, but some bad news as we're about to head into the game against Notts County. Petkovic, who was due to start that game, is going to be out for 5 to 6 weeks with an injury. That is so frustrating. Petkovic this season hasn't developed that much in his stats, but he's played quite a few games. He's kept a few clean sheets as well. And unfortunately, he's out for the Notts County game, so that's a bit of a shame. It does mean we'll see Freddie, and we haven't seen Freddie for absolutely ages. So he'll start this game against Notts County in the FA Cup 4th round. I do predict there might well be a cup set on the cards here. Are we on TV? We are indeed. We're away against the League One side who've not played especially well of late, and this is going to be quite an interesting game. And hopefully will come good. So we'll take Petkovic off the bench as well. Is Forster okay to... Yeah, Fraser Forster hasn't played a game since he came in. But he's going to get a seat on the bench for this game. And yeah, okay, so let's get into the game then. And as you can see by the tactics, I just set it up off camera. We are going to be going back to the 4-4-2 for the game. And this is another reason why the cup set could be on the cards. Because we barely ever win with a 4-4-2, especially on camera. But I'm going to see if it can resurrect itself here. And this is the perfect opportunity to do so. So this will be our instructions for the game. This will be our lineup, and let's see how we get on. So Freddie, our vice captain, is going to start in goal. Back for Chilwell, Hendry, Fry, and Ahumada. Our midfield is Menji on the left, Abdul Kadir Umar on the right, and in the middle, Kirk and the Dream. And up top together, John Black, who always scores when he starts, and Enzo as well. On the bench, Forster, Maori, Walker, Proper, Willock, Collar, and Marek Kuchar, who could make his first appearance since injury as well. So second game, it's Notts County. Let's avoid embarrassment and win with the 4-4-2. Come on, you Lions. So first chance comes to Notts County. Luke McCormick inside, and it's eventually worked out wide towards Fox there in space, who crosses, and Platt was alone, but it's cleared away by Chilwell instead. And Notts County are looking for the first chance of the game. I said watch for the cup set, and as Platt's on the ball and goes for goal, he's fired it in, and that's exactly what's happened. Notts County take a shock lead, and they're in front 15 minutes in. I said watch for it. It could well be on the cards, and the hosts go in front. Ball cleared away by Menji, but works straight back in there by the hosts. Hedge into Platt, who turns his man, and Freddie, well, that's why he doesn't play many games for us, lets it in the near post. Notts County in front, and it's 1-0 to the League One side. Now then, what are these Lions made of? Can we respond here? Menji into Black, who finds Enzo, and Enzo crosses towards Black at the far post, who heads it over the bar and behind for a goal kick. Well, I had a bad feeling heading into this game. This is one of the reasons why I really wanted to play this one off camera. I had a really bad feeling when the draw was made. Just you get that sort of feeling in your gut, you know. You just feel it could happen, and that's exactly what is happening. 1-0 down. And if we're still trailing at the break, I'm going to take the 4-4-2 off, and I'm going to discard it from my tactics list as well. It just doesn't work anymore. So we might well see a death on camera today. The death of the 4-4-2. Black's cross headed away, but straight to the Dream. And now Abdul Kadir on the ball. He's got Ahumada out wide there, who didn't want to run on the overlap, but does find him. That's a nice ball through to Abdul Kadir. He'll cross into the middle, and Enzo heads it home and says, let's not abandon the 4-4-2, because this is the only formation where I'll probably get some game time in. Lovely cross by Abdul Kadir down the right-hand side, who's showing what he's worth in the FA Cup right now. Great goal against Bolton. Lovely assist here against Notts County. Cross the ball into the middle, and there is Enzo, the 6'6" giant with the header, into the back of the net. 1-1, back on level terms. And now we're really turning it on. These players don't want to see the 4-4-2 abandoned. Menji to Kirk, into Black. There's Enzo who heads it wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. Based on the stats, we've been a much better team in this game, but still tied at 1-1. I won't change the 4-4-2 yet because we're playing quite well, but as the second half begins, the last thing we want really is a replay. Let's see if we can find a winner. Who's going to step up and be a hero? That's kind of got a couple of interesting players in their team. They've got Matt Loughton playing right wing back. They've got Luke McCormick through the middle. And George Moncur, who's just come off the bench as well. There's Ben Amos on the bench, you might notice too. And an interesting lineup Notts County got. But as we're still currently tied at 1-1, 55 minutes in, can we get ourselves in front for the first time in the game? Black finds Menji down the left-hand side. And his, pass deflects straight into the path of Black, who crosses, and Enzo turns the game on its head. And 10 minutes after the restart, we get ourselves in front for the first time in the game. A pass ricocheted off a Notts County player. I think it was from Menji. And John Black, alert as ever, realised it, continued his run, sneaked in behind, and a great cross finds Enzo at the far post, who volleys it home to make it 2-1. In front for the first time. Let's avoid this cup set. Come on. 14 minutes to go, still leading by a goal, but Notts County not finished yet as they'll look for the equaliser. Great ball by Rag, and Armstrong is onto it and crosses to Platt, who gets his second goal of the game, and Notts County draw level. I just had a really bad feeling when this tie was drawn, and they've done well to come from behind to get themselves back on level terms. Just a really simple goal though, a long ball by Rag at Route 1 stuff, Adam Armstrong in behind the back line, and Platt would have finished, makes it 2-2. Will there be more late drama? Can someone win this game with 13 minutes on the clock? Well, it looks like we're heading for a replay back at the Den then, and this game's going to finish 2-2, and it's not exactly what we wanted, but considering we were trailing early on in the game, I guess we just have to be satisfied we're not going out here, and Marek Kuchar just came off the bench and has won it in stoppage time. There's the late drama. Marek, the wonder kid, the new club captain, marks his return from injury by bagging the winner deep into stoppage time. Menji to Chilwell, great cross to the back stick, and Marek storms in and puts it in from a tight angle. Ingram can't keep it out, and Kuchar has saved us. He's rescued us. And we're heading in to the last 16. Oh my goodness. Such a bad feeling when this tie was drawn. And we're just about going to avoid embarrassment with virtually the last kick of the game. Marek Kuchar, that's why we made him club captain. And we are through to the next round. So lots and lots of changes for the game. Changing to a 4-4-2 as well. It was a bold thing to do, but we've done it. We're through to the next round. Oh, what a game. What a late winner from Kuchar. And just before we do dive into the third and final game of today's episode at home to Manchester City, we do have the FA Cup 5th round tie as we go into the last 16. And let's find out who we'll be facing. Of course, the first we got in this competition is the quarterfinals, and the first team that's been drawn out of the hat is the Lions. Who do we want? Who do we want in the next round? I guess Preston, Queen's Park Rangers, probably the best two right there. Leeds or Newcastle as well, both in the Championship right now. Hull are in the Championship, Swansea are in the Championship, Crystal Palace are in the Championship too. So quite a few Championship sides left. Let's bet it's going to be Manchester City or Manchester United, right? It's going to be Derby or Swansea. Okay, we can take either of those sides right there. Swansea in the Championship right now, and Derby in the Premier League at 18th. So I'll take the draw. So Derby or Swansea in the next round, and yeah, we could well get to the quarterfinals for just the second time in the series if we can make it through there. Although, to be fair, we literally only just made it past Notts County in the last round, so can't exactly celebrate the draw, can we? But it could have been a lot worse, that's what I'm trying to say. But third and final game today, we take on Manchester City, and speaking of getting worse, I'm pretty sure we're going to taste defeat in this game. 1 draw, 1 victory, and surely 1 loss away in today's list off as well, as we take on the league leaders and the current Premier League champions. We're going to switch back to the 4-2-3-1 and our regular, or mostly regular lineup for the game, as right now Petkovic and Benker are the only 2 players out. And yeah, let's jump into it and see if we can end today's episode off on a really big positive. I'm doubtful, but we'll see what we can do. So Lunin's in goal. It's back for retirement. Jordan, Maori, and Brie of our midfield duo being Dobby and Koulibaly. Our attacking midfield trio, Louise on the left, Webster on the right, and O'Reilly is our attacking midfielder. Plus Marek Kuchar scoring that late winner against Notts County, gets his first start since injury up top. And on the bench, Woodman, Fry, Ahumada the Dream, Umar, Simon, and Enzo, I should call him Enzo, and Redinaldo as well. So third game, it's Man City. Let's end on a positive. I'll take a point. I'll definitely take a point. To be fair, the one thing that does give me slight optimism is that we haven't lost at the Den since December, and that came against Manchester United, funnily enough. So we've not been doing too badly at home in recent weeks, but again, not overly optimistic, especially as we're not playing too well right now. But again, if we can take a point in this game, I said it against Chelsea, I'll take 1 point from 6. We've got that. But if we can get 2 points from 6, that'll be delightful. But bad start, 20 minutes in, Dobby's already down, not great. Well, now the Dream, who's just come on, has picked up a knock as well as a yellow card as well. So it's not been an ideal first half for the Lions. And it could have got even worse there 5 minutes before the end as Vincent fires that corner just wide of the post. But it's still 0-0 as we head into the break. And just like against Chelsea, we haven't really seen, other than that chance there, Manchester City get in front. Inside. So as we're still tied at 0-0 as the first half comes to its close, I would definitely take this result. Last year in the game, it was Manchester United who were so dominant, and this season it may well be Manchester City. They didn't win the quad last year, they did win a double, and they're looking very strong at the moment this year in the Premier League as well, top of the table. So it seems like Manchester City are going to be our arch enemies this time around. Last year United, this time City, but at the moment still tied at 0-0. And again, these results here, if we can hold on to it, and the game against Chelsea as well, not the most action-packed, but you best believe I'll take it, no question. But I'm quite confident our visitors will go in front at some point as they're beginning to up the tempo a little bit here as De Bruyne finds his man. That's a great through ball, and Andre Horta crosses, and there is the first goal. Leroy Sané, left out of the World Cup squad, makes it 1-0, and the visitors do take that lead, and a deserved lead as well, 20 minutes after the restart. It was going to come eventually. Chelsea couldn't do it, but I was pretty confident Manchester City would at some point, and there's the goal. What a lovely through ball there to Andre Horta. Great cross to the back stick, and Sané with the finish, perfect technique, puts it in. 1-0 and our visitors in front. And now they're looking to really turn it on with that shot. Oh, what happened there? Well, it's been stopped. Lunin makes the save. It seemed like a shot ricocheted off someone off the woodwork, and then Lunin makes the save as it's still 1-0. I felt for sure that was going in there. How did that ball stay out? As the game is coming to its close, one more chance here for the visitors to wrap up the 3 points with Maiga tackled by O'Reilly, or can we get a late chance ourselves to grab an undeserved equaliser? Abdul Kadir down left just off the bench, goes past one, keeps on going. Now can he cross? He can indeed. Oh, Edison got there first though. And a pretty comfortable claim in the end, and that ends any possible chance we could have had at getting back on level terms. So looks like the visitors are going to get the 3 points then, and they may well indeed double their lead here with Maiga, that new gen / regen striker, so good, finding Milinkovic-Savic out wide towards Andre Horta, who got the assist for the first goal into KDB. Great through ball, and as it's played through to Sané, he's in for his second, but Lunin makes the save. If it wasn't for Lunin, we would definitely concede more than once today, but still 1-0, and that should be enough. I'm not too concerned, but it would have been nice to have got at least one win in the Premier League today after quite a poor run in this competition. Oh, Enzo almost gave us the point late on there as Abdul Kadir's cross met by the striker but headed over the bar. Abdul Kadir, to be fair to him, like I've been trying to shift this guy on, but when he plays, he does play quite well, just like John Black, so might well just keep him. But as we wait for the final whistle, it should come any second now. Is there one final opportunity? Koulibaly to Webster down the right-hand side. Can he cross? Yes, he can. But it's headed away, and that should well do it. We're putting the pressure on, but it's not going to be enough. And Manchester City do indeed hold on for the 3 points. So 1-0 the final score, as we expect to be Taste defeated. I won't be too critical on the boys. I'll say I can't fault you for your effort. Nobody expects to win, but you gave it everything. And most players are delighted and happy enough with that. So yeah, we expect to lose both our games in the Premier League today. So I guess 1 point from the possible 6 isn't too bad. We have now slid down to 11th though, and we're still 10 points off of the drop zone, but quite a few teams do have a game in hand. It's still a little bit concerning right now, you know. Are we going to get pulled into a relegation scrap, or can we hold them off? I'm not too sure. It's a little bit worrying that we just can't seem to get the wins in the Premier League, and our form has just been absolutely horrendous for quite some time now. So, yeah, that's not the way we wanted to end today's episode. And Dobby's out for, 5 to 6 weeks, or 3 to 4 weeks as well, with that back strain. The Dream's out for 2 to 3 days. Either way, things not a great way to end today's episode off, but it's still been a fun one, and I've really enjoyed this this one. I hope you guys are as well. And I want to end today's episode by saying thank you so much for supporting the series so far, guys. I really am appreciative of the fact you guys are enjoying the save. As you can tell, I'm having so much fun with this series. I'm absolutely loving it. This is amazing. I love playing FM. It's my favourite game to play right now. And what can I say? Playing with my favourite team as well just makes it so enjoyable. And I'm so glad you guys are enjoying the save as well. So thanks so much to the thank you special, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed the longer than normal episode. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Enjoy your Friday evening. No World Cup games today. Hopefully you can have a quick breather though for the for the round of 16 starts tomorrow. And also, how about this? To end today's episode, if you watched the whole way through, why don't you comment who you think's going to win the World Cup and let me know why as well. I'm going to be bold. Come on, England. England can win the World Cup. But let me know who you guys think in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome Friday night and enjoy your weekend too. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode featuring games against let's come back with a tough double header against sides who are just below us in the table right now. Middlesbrough in 19th, but if they get their form sorted, it could catch up to us, and then Fulham away in the London derby as well. Let's come back for that road double, and that should be quite a fun one. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon. Bye.